Okay, hello. I am here. I'm making this video to present the marketing plan for leasing, a business that is run by Julie in Barossa Valley. So I have made a few bullet points for myself to help me support my presentation further, and I am also, I've also got the questions here, which I will be answering as I go forward with this presentation. And I will be answering them. I will be reading those questions out and then answer. Um, Obviously, let's talk about the business first. Obviously, Julie's got a business. Julie has got a business going, and she's got this list. She's got the profit for last 2 years over $40,000. So that is a significant amount. However, at this stage, Julie feels like that's not the net profit she deserves. She wants to go up by $35,000, and I've got some. I suppose I've got this marketing plan to support her goal to reach her to that figure of extra $35,000 in net income profit. Okay. Okay, the first question, sorry, let's talk about the business itself first. So obviously business is located at Barossa, which is a touristy spot within South Australia, a wine growing region, a history of seven generation wine growers of 160 years, and definitely a popular tourist spot amongst the foreigners. Definitely people, particularly people from China and India, and the number of them have increased from 23% and 19% respectively. Okay, now let's look at the macro environment. How does it impact Julie's business, and what can she do? What can she change in order to reach to that goal of $35,000 extra in net profit? Okay, I've picked one positive and one negative. I'm going to talk about the positive one first, which is a natural factor. I believe Julie is blessed with that location of the business in Barossa. It attracts customers. It is attracting tourists throughout the year. Literally, obviously, there are peak months, and there are some quieter months as well. But like, having said that, it is a tourist spot, so therefore she's gonna have that influx of tourists coming in, increasing every year. I think Australia.com is the website where I saw the figure. The customer base in Barossa Valley for the tourists are increasing by 50% every year. So that is a significant number, and Julie can definitely benefit from it and reach her goal. Now the natural factor, how does it impact positively to Julie's business? Obviously, natural factor, Barossa business located at Barossa Valley, attracting tourists. It's not just a wine region, it's got a beautiful sanctuary parks, and I've talked about the history of itself as well. So those two, and as well as people are looking to spend some time away from hustles and bustles of the city, and then staying for 2 or 3 days. I think most of those customers look to spend at least 2 to 3 nights away in Barossa, and that presents Julie with the opportunity to serve those customers, to make that, or to widen her target market, and then get those numbers in. I think she needs about 1,870 more customers as compared to last year. Okay, now the negative bit. I think the technological factor I've picked today is the negative bit. In this day and age, you can't have customers waiting for 45 minutes to be served. I think I picked one of her competitor, which is the what's the kitchen? That's the Harvest Kitchen, sorry. They've got a very strong positive reviews on their website, as well as on Google reviews, that people literally don't have to wait, they can get served. The reason being because they've got that online bookings. As soon customers are looking to go there, they will just book their spot, and they will get served. They know what time they need to arrive, and then they will be served straight away once they arrive. Unfortunately, Julie is not making the use of that technology that is available for her. So that is a negative bit. And Julie can definitely make this work in her favor by, I suppose, providing that option of making reservations online instead of phone booking. So this can have 2 positive impacts. Obviously, bigger clientele, and number 2, she can sort of use the staff who are going to be answering the calls to more productive purpose, like serving customers, rather than just making bookings over the phone. I think that's not as efficient. Now the second question, advertised tools. This is an interesting question, and obviously, advertising or marketing is a key facet to any business, and so advertising does make the difference in revenue generation and that net profit eventually. So the first one I picked today is the interesting one. I've seen them on the streets, and I personally have been attracted by it as well. LCD display. I think these are cheap, handy, mobile. So and obviously you can put lots of information on them as well. Having a big LCD display parked by a highway where customers are actually traveling towards Barossa, are seeing your restaurant's name there, dishes, pictures of you, or the history of the restaurant, it all displays there. And the best part of it is, like, you don't have to get it printed. It can just be uploaded on that screen and ready to display. And it's mobile, so it can be parked to various locations. It is not limited to one location and fixed there. You can move it around. That is the other positive factor to it. And it's not as expensive. Unfortunately, I couldn't get the figures for it. There wasn't much of a research on this, since it's a new marketing advertising strategy. And the second one, which is old but very useful, is the pamphlet, the brochures. I feel that Julie can definitely have those pamphlets or the brochures printed out with the restaurant's history, I suppose her creations or the fusions that she comes up with, and obviously a bit of profile on her as to what is her background and what influence or inspiration she has on the chefs that are there, that are working, preparing those dishes for the customers, and have them posted to door-to-door service, posted to letterbox. People do check the letterbox, and it's therefore it's there for them to see physically. And the other key point is that she can actually have them available at the wineries she has tie-up with. I think she's working with a few wineries within the region. She's working in conjunction with those wineries, so she can have them available on their counter. So when the customers come there, visit that particular winery, and they get to see that brochure or the pamphlet of Julie's restaurant, it's just it's great for them to see, like, okay, let's go and try this restaurant. Why not? Obviously, they would have heard about your restaurant, since lots of people have suggested that in the past. Like, most of Julie's customers are actually a trigger effect of word of mouth. Like, their friends or relatives or family members have told them to go and try that restaurant, or suggested them rather. So I think that's a great tool. And now the third question is, overall provide a summary on how this business can improve its positioning in the market. So I've already answered the promotional bit in the previous question. So now I'm going to stick with the product. I think, as the case study has indicated, that there has been an increase of 23% Chinese and 19% Indian customers. I think Julie can definitely come up or diversify her menu with those two authentic dishes, or with those two cultural dishes. The reason being, 75% of those customers have expressed their interest in trying or having that food available for them. And I also did a research on Google, and I could not find any restaurants around Barossa region that offer Indian or Chinese food. So I think it's a good marketing tactic, and sort of diversify her menu to accommodate those customers. And apparently the number of those customers, the tourists, are going to increase, and it is one of her target market. So it's not a bad idea to have those dishes available. The other bit was the availability. I think Julie is missing out big time on not having her restaurant open during the busy days, which is Wednesday and Thursday, but having it open on Mondays and Tuesdays, which are rather quieter days. So she needs to switch that. Or some of her competitors are actually opening restaurants 7 days and offering lunch, which is not a bad idea. However, if she feels that this will increase the cost for staff, she needs to switch those 2 days. And I would suggest her to start with that. Start opening restaurants on Thursdays, Wednesdays and Thursdays, and keep it shut for Mondays and Tuesday for time being, and see how the sales grow. And the last bit which I was going to talk about, and that was one of them. Sorry, I'm just trying to figure this out. The price. I think it's a very important. That's why I left it to the last. The pricing. Julie's customers have not complained. They are satisfied with the pricing that they pay for the food they get. However, in this case study, it is indicated there's a 3% increase every year. So I think it's not a bad idea for Julie to increase the pricing from 3 to 5% in order to keep up with the higher expenses, and therefore it's sustainable for Julie's business, and customers won't feel much of a bite as well. So those are my findings for this, and that's my marketing plan. Thank you.